Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by to do another art exercise with myself, and hopefully this will help inspire you to do your own art exercises whenever you have a creative block or you're stuck or you need some new inspiration. And so in this exercise, I actually started this piece not long ago and I wanted to actually continue it. At first I let the watercolor dry because I don't want any ink blending into the watercolors, and therefore it would just mess up the whole entire thing, and then you can't really use this as a creative inspiration. And once it's dry, what I do is I tend to just look at the blobs and see what kind of thing would pop out to me. It could be an animal, a plant, or something imaginary. And I think that's what really would help you with the process of having a better creative mindset or trying to open up your imagination. And it actually is kind of funny because we do this when we were kids and then we just forgot to do these little things which help us inspire to what we're creating. And as you can see here, I just think and draw, but I don't think too much into it because I don't want it to interfere with what I could come out with. And so I would go into it without any thinking that, oh, this will be that or this will be this. So I just let my mind flow and let my hands just run through and kind of create these things on its own. And I find that's pretty useful. There are times where I would think I would make a mistake, but you'd be surprised what you come up with when you just let your intuition and your imagination just take over you. And so this is what I've been doing, and it helps simplify the whole entire process when you go through exercises like this. And it makes it a lot more fun because that's all you really need to do is you just stay in that moment, have some fun, don't have any expectations, and just see what you come up with. And that's the most important thing when you do these exercises, because when you just let things flow, you'll be happy with the results, and it'll give you a sense of confidence where you could freely use the same method for other cases if you decide to use it for another artwork or art piece that you're coming up with, and it would just help inspire new ways of doing things. And another thing about this is that towards the end of the video, you'll see that I used the last watercolor blob where I turned the paper around so I could see it in a different perspective. I actually did for all of it, but this one in particular caught my eye where if I turned it around, I would see something entirely different, and I really liked it. So this type of exercise actually helps you to not only become more free in your drawings or to help you with your imagination, but when you get a different perspective on things, it helps to enhance what you're actually creating. And I find that very useful. Also, when I start to ink in the thing that I see, I don't sometimes entirely use the watercolor blob itself. You can if you want. However, I just use it as a starting point. And if I do use it all in whatever creation that I ink in, then that's great. But otherwise, you don't really have to do that. It's just more of a guideline of what it could help you see and then create out of it. So it's one thing to take into account. Also keep in mind that if you have trouble starting, I would suggest that you take your drawing utensil, could be a pen or pencil, whatever you're working with, and then just start drawing lines on there. Because as you do so, your mind would just take over, or actually not your mind, but more of the flow would take over. And then there are times where maybe you don't want to start in it right away, or you want to do half of it just to take a step back and look at it afterwards. And that actually helps too, because sometimes you can't draw consistently all in one shot. And so it's good to take that breather or break from that one particular area that you're working on if you're stuck. and then come back to it later, which has happened to me before. And I noticed that when I do take that small break or not work on it for that split second, that the next time I worked on it, it actually came together a lot more better. So this is a good thing to keep in mind, that you don't have to do everything right away, or you don't have to feel as though you're forcing yourself to make an image out of it all at once. So take your time and be patient and just have fun with it. Even if you made a mistake or you feel the line doesn't belong there, just work with it and see what actually comes out of it. You'll be surprised. Hopefully this video provides you a bit of insight of how to get your creative juices flowing, and maybe to make some of your own exercises. And of course, you could always come back and watch these videos again if you feel like you need to rewatch something, take in more information of what you missed, or just want to watch it again. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.